Hey everybody, welcome to another Poker Warden show. I'm Dave, I am the Poker Warden, and I'm welcoming you back to another episode. As yesterday, we didn't have a video. Like I said, sometimes these aren't going to be every day. I had the kiddos, so I got a little busy. Didn't get a chance to put together a video, but I'm back today. It is Monday, June 5th, and we are now continuing the roll of the World Series of Poker. We're now into day 6, so hope you're enjoying these update videos with all your recaps and all of your updates and all of your previews of what's going on today at the World Series of Poker. So, as you noticed from the last video to this video, I shaved a little bit, but what's interesting to note about this year at the World Series of Poker is, I enjoy watching Daniel Negreanu's vlogs. His one thing that he is doing this year is that he decided to be clean shaven at the beginning of the World Series of Poker, and he is not going to shave until he wins a bracelet. Now, he's been close. He finished 3rd already in one event, and what you'll find out in the recaps is he's running deep in another one. But if you see him at the end, if you see him at the main event, and he is scruffy, you know he didn't win a bracelet. You're going to find out whether or not he won a bracelet or not, because you're going to be paying attention to these Poker Warden shows, right? But even so, we'll keep you updated on Daniel Negreanu's beard progress in these videos as well, but stay tuned. Let's get into the show. Let's start with our wrap-ups. Event number 3 was the $3,000 No Limit Hold'em Shootout. It got underway on Thursday and it wrapped up on Saturday. We didn't get a chance to tell you the winner, so let's get into that first. And here is the winner from event number 3, the $3,000 No Limit Hold'em Shootout. Here's your winner of the $3,000 No Limit Hold'em Shootout. Pisca de Silva. I know I probably messed up the first name. Excuse me. He won a cool $230,000 and that coveted gold bracelet there wrapped around his hand. And here's how the other final table participants ended up finishing in the $3,000 No Limit Hold'em Shootout. Event number 4, which also got underway on Thursday, wrapped up on Saturday as well. And again, here is the winner from that. Our run good did not continue. Our friend here from Cleveland, Kevin, did not end up winning the bracelet. He did finish in 14th place. There was another individual from the Cleveland area who plays regularly at the Cleveland Casino who did make a final table appearance, and we'll let you know where he finished right here in the final table update. Here's the winner from event number 4, the $1,500 Omaha 8 or better, Mr. Benjamin Zamani. Zamani picked up $238,000 for his win and his 2nd World Series of Poker gold bracelet. Also, congratulations to Ryan Palouf, who is from the Cleveland area, who finished in 4th in this event for a cool $73,000. I'm sure he'll be bringing that money back to the poker community here in Cleveland. Our next up on the recap is our Colossus. We wrapped up with the final 2 flights. Here are the top 20 chip counts heading into day 2 today, which will restart today around 2 p.m. The Colossus is heading into day 2 with a total of 634 remaining players from a starting field of 18,000. Here are your top 20 chip counts from the first 6 flights. So the theme continues so far this year at the World Series of Poker, as you see with event number 5, the Colossus. Last year had about 21,000 entries. This year, 18,000, down about 3,000. So the decline in entries through the first week of the World Series of Poker continues. We'll see if that is a steady transition as we move through the 6 weeks of poker activity. They'll come back today, day 2. They'll play 10 one-hour levels, and then they'll come back tomorrow, and then they'll wrap up on Wednesday, which is when they'll crown a champion for that $1 million guaranteed first place prize. Some notables who bagged and tagged on the last day was Jeff Gross, Matt Affleck, Kate Hall, Mike Leah, and 888 Poker Ambassador Chris Moorman. So we'll see how all of those folks and all the individuals who bagged and tagged on Friday and Saturday do and fare here on day 2. Interesting thing to note about the Colossus is that the top 15% of the field still cashed. So even though you might not have bagged and tagged, you still might have finished in the money. Mike Leah was one of those. If you saw on his Twitter account, he said he shot 5 bullets in this event, cashed 3 times, and he ended up bagging on the last day. So So good luck to Mike as he moves forward on day 2. Next up is our event number 6, the $111,000 buy-in. Yesterday, the players wrapped up and finished with 9 players, which is the unofficial final table. The official final table will be 8 because they played this event 8-handed. Here are how the chip counts look on the final table of the $111,000 one-drop tournament. Here's your chip counts for the final table of the $111,000 one-drop. There is a lot of familiar names here. Martin Jacobson, who won the World Series of Poker event, Doug Polk, Rainer Kempe, who won the Super High Roller Bowl last year, Elke, who sits with the chip lead. So it's bound to be a fun tournament today. Follow along on Poker News for all the hand-by-hand updates. Elke, who holds the chip lead at the end of the day yesterday, came into the day with the chip lead as well. And right now he currently has almost nearly double the chips of the second place contender. So it's going to be a lot of action today on that final table, full of well-known poker players. Make sure to follow along, and we'll update you on the final table progress throughout the day on our Twitter, also Poker News and WorldSeriesOfPoker.com. As of our last video, we had not had the payouts posted yet, as registration was still open for the first part of day 2. The event attracted a total of 130 runners, and they paid out the top 20 finishers. As you can see, some of the finishers are known: Phil Hellmuth, Antonio Esfandiari, Scott Seaver, Dan Coleman, who won the $1 million version of this event, Nick Petrangelo. So there's tons of notables who finished in the money. But the players who are coming back today for the final table are playing for first place of $3.6 million. Our next event is event number 7, the $2,500 mixed low ball tournament. Yesterday they reached the final table, so here is how the final table racked out after play yesterday. Event number 7, which is your $2,500 mixed low ball tournament, received a total of 225 entries and have reached the unofficial final table of 7 as of the end of play yesterday. They will play down to a winner today, and here you can see the top chip counts for the final table, which is led by Terry Jennings with 618,000 chips. So all of those players are going to be returning for their share of the prize pool. Here are the payouts for event number 7. Event number 7 paid a total of 34 players with a min cash worth $3,700, and first place is $130,000 and the coveted gold bracelet. Each player who returns to play today is guaranteed at least $12,600. Next up is the first ever inaugural all-online tournament at WorldSeriesOfPoker.com. This was a $333 buy-in one-day tournament and had a $333,333 guarantee. The guarantee was smashed in this event as they reached over $700,000 in the prize pool. And here is your winner from event 8. The winner of event number 8, the inaugural $333 buy-in all-online tournament, was Joseph Mitchell for $122,000. Actually, he really didn't even have a heads-up competition, as Mark Pielo Donkey 17 pretty much sat out the entire heads-up battle. Right after the third place finisher left, he sat out, and Joseph basically just collected blinds and antes. So it was probably the easiest win the guy has ever had for a bracelet. So congratulations to Joseph Mitchell, who won the inaugural online event. Our next and final recap is going to be event number 9, which is the only event that started yesterday, a new event, which was the $10,000 Omaha 8-er-better tournament. This was the championship event for the Omaha 8-er-better. All the $10,000 buy-ins they consider to be championship events. Here are your top chip counts for day 1 of event number 9. Here are your leaders at the end of day 1 of event number 9. As you can see, this field is filled with the who's who in the poker community. Mike Gorandinsky, who actually leads the field at the end of day 1, holds a bracelet in the $50,000 Poker Players Championship. As you can see, Daniel Negreanu is up in the field, Dan Shack, Marco Johnson, David Baker, all players who are well known in the poker community. Stay tuned today for day 2 action. The event attracted 154 entries, and 24 are going to finish in the money. A min cash is worth $14,000, and they're playing for first place of $391,000. Event number 9 was won by Benny Glazier last year. that name sounds familiar from an earlier video. That's because he also won the same $1,500 tournament of the same game in the prior year. It was actually the first time that the World Series of Poker presented 2 bracelets to the same individual in one bracelet ceremony during the same World Series of Poker. Stay tuned. Benny is actually still in the field in the 10,000 championship. They're about 40 people away from the money. So we'll see if he can make a deep run and try to defend his title. So that's going to end our recaps and our updates for the events that are finished and that are in action currently at the World Series of Poker. Now we're going to move on and let's check the calendar to see what we got coming up today. So today's June 5th. Yesterday we missed June 4th. We missed the final 2 flights of the Colossus, and we missed the beginning of the 10K Omaha 8er-better. But today, June 5th, we have the 1K tag team event, and then we have a $1,500 dealer's choice. So first up, we have that $1,000 tag team championship coming up today to start off at 11 a.m. That last year was won by Mr. Doug Polk and Mr. Ryan Fee. After a total of roughly 900 teams entered play. Today we'll see if they can get up, if it continues the trend. I'm expecting probably a little bit less than 900, probably more like the high 7s, low 8s, but we will see. Stay tuned. The 3 p.m. event that's going to start today is our $1,500 dealer's choice. What this is the dealers, that when you get the dealer button, you get to choose what game you play from a choice of 19 different games. If you want a list of all the games, check out worldseriesofpoker.com. Click on the structure sheet for the event, and it'll list out all the games that you can choose from. Event number 11 last year attracted 389 entrants and was won by Lawrence Berg for $125,000. Again, I expect to probably see a little bit of smaller field, probably a little around the 300 entries, but probably not near the 389 entries that they received last year. Guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed all the recaps, the updates, and all the previews of the events that are coming up today at the World Series of Poker. Feel free to follow along throughout the day on Twitter at RealWarden8931. Also, follow along on Poker News at pokernews.com or at Poker News on Twitter. And then also worldseriesofpoker.com. There you'll have all your Poker News Live updates as well. So as always, please feel free to give this video a like, give it a big thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel to get notified whenever a new video is posted. Also, please leave your feedback down below. Let me know what you liked, what you would like to see added, what you want more of. I can't do it unless you guys tell me what you want. So again, have a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until the next video, peace out, everybody.